For those of you who've been kind enough to watch my gaming videos, thank you.
That's right.
We just started this channel. Guy. So this is my boy, Mr. 365.
365, we're in here.
365. For the last like 2 years, we've been talking about doing a show just about the business in general.
That's right. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
The business is a lot of BS, so we got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
A whole lot.
The first thing we are going to say, and this is the disclaimer, we both still work in the restaurant industry.
Absolutely.
We will not be talking about what goes on in our restaurant.
Not at all. But it's still a sad situation.
Yeah, we will be talking about situations that happen in other restaurants that, you know, are very similar.
Very, very similar.
Because, yeah, we've seen it all. Like, you work at one restaurant, and first things first, let's make it a point. You work at one restaurant, you worked at pretty much all of them. All of them,
that's right.
That's right. It's just a different skin. Some people, you know, some places want you to do more stuff. Some places want you to do less. We're going to try to have some fun with this stuff.
Some people want you to take it off. Some people want you to leave it on.
I've never been to that restaurant where they want you to take it off.
What? Never?
I've never been to that restaurant.
That's because they didn't hire you because you didn't work at Hooters.
Yeah, well, I'm not taking... They didn't take it off at Hooters, too. I've been there plenty of times.
There it is.
Plenty of fucking times, all right? And if there's some... Yeah, well, I need tilted kills.
They was taking it off.
They weren't taking it off. They didn't put anything on.
That's a plus. They didn't do anything.
That is a plus. Right. Yeah, that's right. It's like
we're fully clothed.
The only time I ever went to a place where they took it off was a strip joint, and they had a buffet that was free.
Those are also considered restaurants in some places.
Yeah. Well, not the places I went. And honestly, I'm ashamed to say that I did tip the cook $5 on multiple occasions just to eat.
Because they were on stage too.
That's when I was drinking heavily and puking all over myself. So it's just like I needed some food.
Life is changing.
Yeah, it's much worse now. So I'm down
much worse.
Yeah, I'm down to like 1 beer a month, and even that's too much. All right, so
you should see the stumbles.
We got a couple of different topics that we have been talking about, and one of them is going to be hands out. Hands out is talking about the kitchen. All right. And chefs. So I'm gonna let Jarrell take the first stab at some stories and stuff about some chefs and some pointers and good stuff and bad stuff.
That's right. I mean, you get the chefs all over the place. You get the strange chefs. You get the good chefs.
Make sure your hand's in the camera, dude.
Oh yeah, it's something like that. Hold on, let's figure out where it's right there. Bang.
Let's get closer.
So when you get the strange chefs, those are the ones you want to watch for. Okay. They'll make you twirl in the kitchen. It gets a little strange. Like I said, they walk by and like, twirl, twirl. You go, what the fuck am I twirling for? Fuck is this? This is a restaurant. This isn't one of those strip clubs, but they make you twirl like you're in the strip club. Gotta be careful there. And then you get the good chefs who actually just come, do the job. They're there to help you do your job. They don't have time to complain and bitch about stuff. You get them all right? They're like, hey, let me help you. Your food's messed up. What do? Let's help you. Let's figure out how we can fix this. Make this an enjoyable experience.
What restaurant did you work at where the chef didn't complain? Because that's also a lie. We're not going to lie to our guests.
You know,
we're not going to lie to our guests.
Every once in a while, you get one that just doesn't complain and actually helps. Me personally, I met one this week that hasn't complained once, honestly.
All right, we weren't going to talk about. We're not talking about the place.
Got a good point.
Yeah, good point. Let's talk about past stuff. So, hands out. Let's talk about some common stuff in restaurants. Okay, we all know that about 60% of people across the world have had a restaurant job, and about 80 to 90% have people, family, friends that have worked in restaurants. So these are going to be stories that most people can relate to that have ever worked in the business. So hopefully we find something that you like. For instance, I had a chef who on slow nights for us, because we have like 4 table sections or whatever, and we can bitch all we want, and we will, because we're servers.
That's what we do.
Definitely servers. Yeah. And he'd be like, how is it out there? And I'd always be like, oh, it's so slow. And he's like, oh, it's slow for you. And I'd be like, what do you mean? Slow in the restaurant. He's like, dude, you have 4 tables. I gotta cook like every table in the restaurant. I never thought of it like that. I never thought of it like the chef has got a thankless job. It's probably why he's always pissed off, you know.
They do have 6 other people to help them though.
Yeah, well, you know.
Funny how that works.
All right.
To come up with stations for this purpose, to make it easier for them, you would think.
All right. That being said, how many restaurants do you work at where it's like I've had? I will say this: one of my jobs, they had a really good 6-person crew, but you got
not
7
many.
days, 7 days a week, and it was the 6-person crew was only on Fridays and Saturdays,
That's
and
right.
sometimes Sunday mornings.
That's right.
The
There's
rest
not
of the
many.
week. So guys, if you're in the business, give your cook some love.
That's all
All
right.
right? Give the
of
cook some
applause.
love.
Okay.
All right? The chefs, only give them love when they make you free food. Okay,
That's right.
honestly,
That's
just
the best
guys, free food for the servers. You're gonna make it for your guys. I understand that. Thank you, but like every once in a while, I worked at I'm not even afraid to say it. I worked at D&B's, and that's as far as I'm gonna go saying
That's
that.
right.
Okay. And every weekend double shift I had, they always had food for the staff, and they have a huge
Rightfully so.
huge staff there of I want to say 50 to 60 people working there on a weekend. And sometimes it was just fries, rice, and chicken tenders, but that goes a long way, man.
It sure does.
That goes
Especially
a long way.
Hungry people.
A bunch of hungry people, and half the servers have got issues, or they're working because they don't have a lot of money, and they need to eat.
That's right.
That should be a perk of the job.
I watch some of them eat like this. I'm like, buddy, slow down. Slow down. You're gonna choke. Get your shit together.
Don't talk about me on the stream,
no,
right?
well,
Don't talk about me on this stream, okay? All right, we
So
already
sad.
had this conversation
That's
earlier.
right.
We dropped rules.
Couple
And we're
of
working talk about each other.
Our biggest rule is
All
there's
right?
no rules.
There's no rule. How dare you? There's rules here, okay? We cannot get demonetized
It's
before
just-
we even
it's-
start taking monetization.
It's just like
Right.
in the business. They tell us you come in uniform. There's rules. There's no rules.
There's
There's
rules.
no
There's rules. How dare you? How dare you?
It's a free for all.
It's not
Ran
a
by
free-for-all.
monkeys.
All right? Monkey.
Bring the zoo gorillas in.
Yeah, that's what we are.
That's right.
That's what we are.
Right when they start to get serious, not us.
All right.
Not us.
All right, so let's give it up to the chefs.
Oh,
All right. Next week we'll have more direct stories
Absolutely.
about chefs. Not the chefs we work with now.
again, not the ones we
Not
work
the
with.
ones we work with now,
That's
but
right.
just past experiences.
That's it.
And if anybody watches this show and has a chef story, write it in the chat. And,
Feel free.
I'll try to read it as fast as I can, but my English is terrible.
It's more
not
like
good.
his reading, actually.
Yeah, it's both.
Other than
It's
that,
both.
we're good.
What? My reading is fine. It's just, third grade level now. It's just
that's
fine,
right.
which is
That's
why I
right.
still work in the restaurant business.
It's hard.
Okay.
It's hard.
Another thing we want to talk about is the quote of the day. Now, there's multiple quotes of the day.
That's right.
And these are quotes said by either guests or your coworkers.
That's it.
All right. Most famous quotes of the day are there's bugs in my drink.
Oh, that's very big.
Let's talk about bugs in my drink. Where do we normally get that quote from, Darrell? I'm sorry, Mr. 365. Already fucking up. 365.
All right. So, you normally get that from Real Clean Bars.
Real clean bars.
Absolutely. The cleanest bars in town have some of the cleanest bugs you'll find. Or when you're outside. Which, well, when you're outside, I expect a bug to be in your drink because you're sitting outside. Which is why I choose to sit inside. So when I find a bug in my drink inside, I think I have the right to complain.
Right.
But normally Real Clean Bars have the best bugs in their drink.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, it's a tiny bug, all right? It's not a centipede.
No.
It's not like if it's a cockroach. Yeah, complain.
You got
right?
all the right
complain.
to say what you want. You only get
Please
6 of them a
complain.
week.
That's disgusting.
6 a
All right,
week.
but if it's like a tiny little fly or whatever,
They
just,
call them those fancy fruit flies.
Yeah, first of all, who complains most about that? Who complains about bugs in the drink most? I'll be honest with you. Out of all the complaints about bugs in the drink, and I don't want
No,
to
be
sound
honest. I don't
sexist.
know.
I'm just
Right.
saying that in my personal restaurant career, which is almost like 100 years, 100 years.
That's
yeah,
right.
about 100 years.
We got about 700 between
I have
us.
had maybe one guy complain about a bug in his drink. All right. Which
I will
means
say-
that all the other complaints have become from,
We won't say.
and I won't say it,
but if
we
it was
all know
only
it.
one guy,
Yeah.
we're going to do the process of elimination.
And we're not gonna judge you. We're not gonna judge you.
This is judge-free zone.
This is a judge-free zone. But let's be
Judge-free.
honest, folks. Out of all the things
They
you've
don't
had
like
in your
the
mouth,
extra
a bug
protein.
is the least.
least.
It's like
least.
come on.
Save yourself.
Come on,
they don't
yeah,
want the
come on,
protein.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh,
See,
there's a bug in my
the
drink.
kicker is they chose to put all the other dirty things there.
Yeah.
The bug wasn't by choice.
Yeah, the bug was just like living its life, man.
Minding
Happened
its
to
business.
Drowned.
Do you think the bug chose to go to your drink?
Yeah. Do you think the bug likes Chardonnay?
I don't think the bug likes Chardonnay.
And do you think the bug actually likes the house Chardonnay? Let's talk about house Chardonnay.
Okay.
I love the house Chardonnay. All right.
Who wants that?
I have no problem with that. If a woman looks like she's gonna have like 6 house Chardonnays, all right. But it's like, we're just here for a drink and we're gonna share some bread. Do you guys have free bread?
Right.
No.
We don't.
I don't understand the concept of restaurants and free bread. And if people want to
call
tell
it?
me,
A waste of money.
It's called. Let's fill up our guests before they actually look at the menu.
That's right.
All right. Let's feed them without charging them for food.
That's right.
It doesn't sound very like a
The
smart
restaurant
business
goes,
thing.
well, I write that off.
Oh, write
you
it
just
off.
wasted
Yeah,
that
you
time
just
too.
wasted like
That's right.
It's garbage.
And cost them from getting an entree half the time. We'll
Yeah.
just take these apps.
Oh, it's okay to give away free stuff, but do it after people order.
That's right.
Right? How many places have we worked where it's just like, you get the regulars and like, oh, we come in here all the time. We'll take the bread now.
We'll take the bread.
Yeah, it's not ready.
It's one of the last places I was at.
Yeah.
They took all the bread.
Guess-
And they'd be like, can I take 2 of those home?
Be like, no.
It tastes really good with this butter you're giving.
The butter.
The butter you're giving.
Yeah, we'll take the house Chardonnay and the free bread.
The free bread.
And then we're going to sit here for 3 hours.
If you need me, don't come back. You won't find me.
Yeah, honestly. And then we're the jerks and we're like,
It's time to
are
go.
you kidding me? Yeah.
When we would decide to bring that check early and go, well, you know what? You've only been here for 3 hours.
Yeah, you know
We're
you're not
gonna
getting
put
another
this
drink.
down. And they go,
Oh, how dare you?
what is this? What does it
How
look like?
dare you?
It looks like half of the bill I would have liked to see
Yeah.
because you sat there for 3 hours and you're not
Who
going to tip me.
nurses a wine for 3 hours?
On
you
it.
know you got to nurse her the moment they say, can I have a side of ice with this
That's
wine?
right.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, you want ice.
All right, so I just went from a 4-table section to a 3-table section. Thanks
Gone.
a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. All right.
Okay.
These
Best
are the-
thing that happened last year was that 90-minute rule thing.
What? Hey, yeah. There's a lot of bad stuff that happened last
I
year.
call it like the way I see it. Let me tell you. Okay? You're going to sit there and not order anything. It's called loitering.
Yeah.
If you go to 7-Eleven and stand in front, the police show up. Okay?
They do?
That's how it works. They call the police and they say you're loitering. All right?
What if you buy a smooth slushy?
And stand out front. After 5 minutes, you got to go. It's the way it works.
But I bought a slushy.
That's what I thought about that too. But they don't care because you didn't buy anything else after buying that slushie. You stood there for 5 minutes. You didn't go back into the store. They're like, well, he got to go. He's not going to continue to keep coming back in and standing outside. He got to go. We don't know what you're doing outside.
Yeah.
They don't care. So it's loitering. Same thing when you sit at the tables. You sit there, you buy your Chardonnay, you eat the bread, and then you're there for 3 hours and do nothing. That's loitering.
And if you're cool, hey man, most of the time we don't care.
We'll give you an hour and a half to do that.
We don't care.
That's right.
all right? But when you're not cool, that's when it's a problem.
Because guess what? That's not cool.
That's not cool. All
Not
right.
cool.
We make $4 an hour.
Not cool.
Okay. And I don't know if you can look into our eyes when we're at work. Okay, we're already dying inside. All right. I don't want to. If I'm gonna die at
Okay.
work, it's probably because of a heart attack.
That's right.
For being overweight. I don't
Because the
wanna
kitchen
die
gave us that good
of
free meal.
Boredom. Yeah. 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 Just somebody.
Staring at you and your bread and Chardonnay.
How dare you? Your free bread and your damn house.
Because this is the
Chardonnay.
look you're going to get
All right.
when you ask me some dumb questions. Well, I think I'm going to get, can you, I'm like, that's not a question, lady, get it out.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about the menu? Are you going to get it? If I tell you about this item, are you actually going to get it? Because if you're not going to get it, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not giving it to
I don't
you.
want to talk about it.
All right. All right.
I won't say,
That
but that
being
happens
said,
a lot.
these type of guests are only like 10% of the guests, right?
Only 10.
Those other
Very small
90%
percent.
are very
They're good.
nice. They're super
They're
nice.
really good.
Yeah, they don't try to touch you inappropriately at all.
That's right.
That's right.
Only 1 out of every 12.
Yeah, 1 out of 12
Okay.
will grab you.
That's right. The nipple
Well,
twisting.
maybe grab him, but
Yeah,
they don't
nipple
grab
twisting.
me much anymore.
Rob's been grabbing them.
yeah, it's the other way around. I'm like, hey miss, can I help you out of your chair?
Let me hold that.
Yeah, hey miss, you gotta fly to stairs.
That's why his
and,
name's
yeah,
Daddy.
That's right.
That's why his name's Daddy.
That's right.
They're like, Daddy, what you got? Ooh.
Yeah, right now Daddy's got scoliosis and can't
See
sit up
that?
properly.
That's
yeah.
right.
That's
That's
an
from
issue.
the last one that tried to sit on his back.
That's right. That's right. They're like, let me give you a massage. And I was like, oh my God, my spine.
It's been hurting. It's been hurting.
Yeah. And those relationships you have with the guests, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea.
Bad idea.
They tell you they're old and they can go at any time and they put you in their will and then they just keep on living. It's awful.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's awful. You've been conned.
You've been doomed.
You've been conned.
You know?
Okay. Unreal.